Hey everybody, it's Lazy Rider 56. Welcome back to the channel. So thanks for joining me on a beautiful June day. I don't have anything really major planned today. My sole goal for today is just get mileage added to the motorcycle. All I'm trying to do right now is get miles on the bike so I can get the break-in service done. Once I get the break-in service done, I want to see if I can do some things about taking some day trips, doing things like that. But I'd like to get that. I'd like to get the break-in service taken care of before I attempt any day trips up to the mountains or wherever I want to go. So nothing really big planned for today. I'm just going to ride around and just enjoy this beautiful weather. Okay, so for today I thought I'd do a little story time. It's going to be about the time I got caught in the worst rain/cold weather thing ever on a trip. I can't remember exactly when this was. I think it was around 2015, 2016, 2017, somewhere in that neighborhood. I'd gone down to Jacksonville, Florida to visit my brother and his family. I went down on a Friday. The trip down was pretty nice. It was a little chilly in the morning, but it warmed up pretty nice in the afternoon. And it was in March, by the way, so this is important. So I was down there on a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, and I was coming back on a Monday. I had to be back at work the next day. Sunday night, I looked at the Weather Channel app and just my heart sank. They were predicting for a wall of rain to be coming in and pretty much staying right over I-95 the whole time I was going to be on it. I knew I was going to get wet. It was going to be bad. So I got up that Monday morning. Now I wasn't totally unprepared. I had rain gear, I had my leather jacket, I had my helmet, and I had some regular thick gloves, and then I also had some battery-powered heated gloves. And I also had some battery-powered thick socks. So it wasn't like I was totally caught off guard, but I wasn't exactly fully prepared either. So I left Jacksonville about 8 in the morning, and it was kind of a light rain, but temperature wasn't bad. It was in the kind of mid to low 60s. I thought, well, this isn't bad. So I progressed my way up through Georgia in kind of a light rain with temperatures hovering around 62, 63 degrees. And I thought, okay, this is going to be all right. I'll be fine. I got into South Carolina, and it was in, I don't know, the first or second exit there in South Carolina. I stopped to get gas, and that's when the bottom dropped out. So I hopped back on the interstate. Now, I mean, it was coming down in torrents, and it lasted that way all the way up 95 to I-26. I got on I-26, and it was still raining, but it started to slacken off a bit. But then the temperature started to drop. It felt like it had dropped into maybe the mid to upper 40s. I stopped somewhere at Orangeburg, I got gas, and then I put on my battery-powered heated gloves, my balaclava, and on my socks, I flipped them on so they were getting some heat. Now, my boots were soaked. I didn't have gaiters, so my boots were soaked, but I was getting some heat there, which was pretty good. So with the heated gloves and the heated socks, and the rain having stopped, I actually, up until Columbia, was feeling actually somewhat comfortable. Oh, okay, it wasn't fun going up 95 in a rainstorm, but okay, I'm okay now. And by now the rain had also pretty much stopped. As I got on I-77 and started making my way up towards Rock Hill, the temperature started to drop. Not noticeably bad, but it was enough to make me start to stiffen up a little bit. And as I got closer and closer to Rock Hill, I felt the temperature dropping. It wasn't bad until I got off the interstate in Rock Hill. And coming down Celanese Road, this cold wind started blowing. And I could start to feel my core temperature getting affected. My hands were fine, and my feet, although wet, were okay. But my chest and stomach and all that was starting to really feel it. I finally got home. I was stiff as a brick, and I was like, I may have been getting close to hypothermia. It was really starting to affect me. But anyway, it was cold and wet, and it was just nasty. I got the bike in, I got out of the wet clothes, and I had to run up to Lake Wiley to the bank to do something. And driving up to Lake Wiley, it started snowing. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You mean I almost got snowed on? But yep, I almost got snowed on. I want to get around this turn real quick. So I just barely missed getting caught in snow. Now, the snow didn't do much. It didn't accumulate. And of course, the next weekend was gorgeous. It was mid-70s, not a cloud in the sky. I thought, why couldn't it have been like this last week? But you know how it goes. But that was the worst I ever got. I've got caught in rain before, going down and back from Florida, but nothing like that. Coming up 95, I mean, literally, it was this massive wall of rain. I mean, if you want to, put in the comments the time you got caught in some bad weather and it made your life miserable. I'd like to hear about it. I really would. I think everybody's got at least, anybody riding motorcycles at least got one story like that. I'm gonna ride out here to 274 and head back towards York, but I'm not sure if where I'm gonna go after that. I'm just making this up as I go. I will say this, today is a little bit nicer in terms of temperature. Yesterday I was out working in the yard and it was 91, 92 degrees. It was bad. I had to cut short what I was working on. I was out there working in it. My neighbor hollered at me, said, how can you work in this heat? My answer was, because I'm lazy. I can't get my lazy rear end out of bed in the morning to get out there and do the work, so I have to do it in the heat of the afternoon. Yeah. Same thing for riding. I mean, I could probably get up early and ride, but I'm lazy. All right, we're at the usual spot. We're going to wrap it up. This was definitely a ride where I just had nothing planned. I was just kind of riding around in circles, just wherever the mood struck me. That's all it was to it. Just riding around, getting mileage added to the odometer so I can get that 600-mile break-in service knocked out. But we're getting there. So that's about all there is for today. Thanks a lot for joining me on this beautiful day. It was a lot of fun. This is going to be Lazy Rider 56. Like and subscribe. Thanks. Have a great day.